I'm Victoria Fritz in the business news. The supermarket chain Morrisons has reported a loss of £176 million. The firm will now refocus on taking on the rival discount chains. The recent surge in the housing market could be dying down because demand is gradually exhausting itself. That's according to the Royal Institution of Chartered Surveyors. And video streaming services are in and DVD recorders are out as changes in our use of digital technology influence the basket of goods used to measure inflation. Good afternoon to you. Now let's get more on our top story. The supermarket chain Morrisons has announced losses of £176 million for last year. That's down from a profit of almost £900 million in the year before. The firm says it will now massively overhaul how it operates and it's going to be refocusing its business to take on the discount supermarkets like Aldi and Lidl. Shares in Morrisons have been falling sharply. Our business correspondent Emma Simpson reports.
Morning. Morning. Fresh, isn't it?
Morrisons have spared no expense promoting its fresh produce, but today it plunged into the red. It's been hit by some exceptional costs of nearly £1 billion, but the underlying picture is also grim. With cutthroat competition, this supermarket's being squeezed.
There are big structural shifts going on in the market. Some of the biggest changes for 2 generations as people shop differently in online and convenience and now in the discounters, which essentially customers see as small supermarkets. And today we're taking the bold decision to ensure that we are giving our customers the very best price and we're prepared to put our money where our mouth is and invest in it.
That investment adds up to £1 billion over the next 3 years in cutting prices and improving stores to win back customers. It's a big shift, but it'll also mean Morrisons' profits taking a huge hit. Here's where it all began, when a young egg and butter seller, William Morrison, graduated from his market stall to the first shop in Bradford. But a century later, Morrisons seems to have forgotten its roots.
They really lost touch with what the core customer base was. Only in 2005, Morrisons would have been ranked highest for value in the UK, above Asda. And since then, they've been trying to move up market, making their fresh food way more fancy and posh than it probably ought to be.
And here's where many of its customers have ended up, the discounters.
If you want something and it's right, you'll pay the price, won't you? But no point paying the price for the sake of it.
Prices mainly, and once we'd been, and we started coming again and again.
I think these are the up-and-coming supermarkets at the moment.
Morrisons is now fighting back with a dramatic change of course. That's hit other supermarket shares today as fears of an all-out price war take hold. Emma Simpson, BBC News.
Now, what do video streaming services, wood flooring and DVD players have in common? Well, they're all items that have been either added or removed from the official basket of goods used to calculate inflation. The ONS tracks our shopping habits and generates a list of the most typical items that we buy. It then uses that list to work out whether prices are on average rising or falling. Phil Gooding from the ONS explains why the basket is so important.
The basket really is just a sample of goods and services that we use to measure inflation. As the price of individual items in the basket change, so does the cost of the overall basket. And that change in the cost of the overall basket is what produces the inflation figures for us.
Let's have a quick look at the markets. The European markets are still weighed down by those concerns over China as well as worries about Ukraine. Stocks on the move today. Argos and Homebase, the owner is Home Retail Group. There's strong sales growth there. And Morrisons, after reporting that really big slump in profits, dragging down the rest of the supermarket stocks as well. BAE Systems also on the board. It says that it will be investing more than £300 million at its submarine shipyard in Cumbria. That final decision on how we replace the Trident nuclear system has been delayed, of course, until after the general election. I will have more in an hour's time for a full roundup of the day's financial markets news. Back to you.
Victoria, thanks very much. Thank you.